number 4 dilemma for Team India. This is what Rohit Sharma had to say. He said after Yuvraj Singh, nobody has come and settled themselves in at number 4. How much we miss Yuvraj Singh. The position was a hot topic for debate ahead of the last 50 overs World Cup in England as well. Look, number 4 has been an issue for us for a long time, for a long period of time. Shreyas has actually batted at number 4 and he's done well. His numbers are really good. Unfortunately, injuries have given him a bit of trouble, and which is what we've been saying as well, right? There couldn't have been worse timing for Shreyas Iyer to get injured, for KL Rahul to get injured. And he also goes on to add that the amount of injuries in the last 4 to 5 years is massive when players get injured and are not available. You're trying different things with different players. This is what I have to say about number 4. And yes, we miss Yuvraj Singh. And I mean, I just keep going back to how Chetan in that 2011 World Cup and why that was such a dream campaign for India was how everybody put their hand up as and when they were given opportunity. You know, I was thinking of that semi-final against Australia where Yuvraj Singh and Suresh Raina batted to rescue India out, right? And Suresh Raina was, I think, playing his first game of the tournament, and to see him do that, Ashwin was given the new ball, and I think he was all. What I'm trying to say is that that team sort of believed in a common goal of winning the World Cup. Of course, you know, later on they went on to say that they won it for, or they wanted to win it for Sachin Tendulkar and all of that. But there was that sense of wanting to win. And all teams we've seen in the past as well, teams that go on to win World Cups, Champions Trophy, these teams have this winning spirit. They also have some kind of bonding that I feel like you need to start doing that right now. You cannot change the core squad. You need to give roles to people. You need to tell them that, look, together we need to go and win out there. And I feel like they haven't been able to come to that core squad, which is going to be a huge problem for them.
Absolutely, Neha. That problem of core squad and giving roles is something that is lacking in the current context of the Indian team or its preparation for the World Cup. I mean, Yuvraj Singh's performance in that World Cup is not just limited to that particular World Cup. It goes far back.
Yeah.
He played so many games as number 4 and number 5, even before 2007 World Cup. But leading up to that 2011 World Cup in 2009 and in 2010, and those 2 months before the World Cup, he was your designated number 4. You had MS Dhoni at 5 or 6, you had Suresh Raina, then you had Yusuf Pathan in there somewhere as well. And, you know, the roles were particularly defined. Yusuf Pathan was used as your spin bowling all-rounder. I remember you named Ravichandran Ashwin. He played the last league game in Chennai against West Indies. That's when he came into the side. Until then, it was Yusuf Pathan who was helping Harbhajan Singh with the off-spin duties. And suddenly they changed the complexion of the game, getting into the quarters and the semis. And Suresh Raina perhaps played the best cameo of 3 matches in the history of ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
Because he was absolutely brilliant in those 2 games with the bat, and then in the fielding in the final. It was absolutely brilliant to watch him. So it was all a part of a plan, a well thought out plan by MS Dhoni and Gary Kirsten and the selectors, Krishnamacharya, Srikanth, everybody. They were all in. They all had a particular blueprint, and they did not have it 2 months before the World Cup. They had it 2 years before the World Cup. Look, now international cricket has completely changed. We have never-ending bilaterals. IPL is 2 months. T20 cricket, Test cricket, which is ending in 2.5 days, 3 days. So the international calendar is taking its toll. So I understand if you do not have 2 years to prepare for an ODI World Cup. And especially, we have a World Cup every year. Last year, 6 months ago, we were playing the T20 World Cup. Now we are playing the ODI World Cup. So it's never ending. But somewhere in between, there is a period of lull where the team management, the support staff, the selectors, they can all get together and they can strategize. They can plan, and then they can execute. Right now, what we are seeing is a lack of plan, and less said about the execution, the better, given how the West Indies experimentation went. So it's all haywire and everything. So I'm hoping, as you said, some sort of spirit, some sort of. I'm sure there's a good spirit in the
Spirit.
dressing room, but I'm
Yeah.
hoping some sort of positivity
Oh,
and
that kind
some
of
sort
spirit.
of
I thought like some divine intervention.
planning. Yeah, something comes into the dressing room. But look, Tilak Varma, and I want to mention that if you want to bring a 20-year-old who's played 25 List A matches, his record is good.
Yeah.
His record is good in List A cricket. But if at this stage you're going to bring him in, it's a very, very left field idea. I'm not completely against it, but it does make sense and it does not make sense at the same time. So I really don't know what's going to happen.